Hariom, Namaste. Today we are here again for our Sanatana Dharma short talk about one of the topics that we have chosen. It is Shodasopacharas, right? So we have completed Dhyana in that, which was not the first Upachara, but it is a setting point. It is at the outset what we do is Dhyana. So today is the first Upachara that we are learning about. Though we do it before, Dhyana is a very important thing, and people can do it two ways: by thinking about the picture of the Bhagavan in front of our mind ground, okay, on the heart ground, on the mind ground, we can create the picture of the Bhagavan as we discussed. And second way I wanted to relate is by reading out the Dhyana shlokas. Okay, so it was later when I was thinking that it struck me, and I was reading about it. Then I read some shlokas. Shlokas also help us to recreate the picture if we are not capable. Like, for example, we are thinking about Shiva, then there are Shiva's Dhyana shlokas. Okay, so that really help us to remember, I mean, make that form felt inside our heart with the naturalness. Okay, so and then if you are like Devi's this thing, then Sindhura, Runa Vigraham, Trinayana, Manikya Maulis, Purat, etc., the Lalita Sahasranama. If you are thinking about Vishnu, then Shantakaram, Bhujagashayanam, Padmanabham, Suresham. With Shiva, then Vandesham, Umapatim, Suragurum, Vande, Jagatkaranam. So we can also think about his physical attributes. We can think about his leelas. We can think Leela is like activities that he do for the sake of the world, okay, for the good of the world. He takes avatars and all kinds of such helping activities. His powers and his manifestations in different forms, and his grace for us, or we cannot even think about his physical form at all, and only his good qualities. Oh, he's so compassionate, he loves me so much, kind of that association. So anything is okay. It is along with shloka or without shloka, whether you are able to create it by yourself or with the help of some picture, like my Gurudeva told me to do the dhyana in this way, that have a picture of the God, look at him, close your eyes, look at him back, close your eyes. Each time you see his eyes once, think about his eyes. Then you see at his nose, how beautiful his nose is. You close your eyes and think about that nose. Then you come to his shoulders, his body, his face, his legs, everything. You can do such recreation of the whole physical body by looking each time into that. You need not just close your eyes and try to force yourself upon that. You can also do it this way. So this was an update for dhyana. So you might be thinking, oh, what about today's upachara? You are telling about dhyana again. What happened? So here is today's upachara, which is totally related to this dhyana, because the formation of that physical form, this bearing of the Bhagavan is now being invited. Okay, so this dhyana has helped us to not just that Bhagavan is not a part of that picture anymore that you are looking at or that you have kept on the altar. Now he has entered our heart and we have created him, and we are physically inviting him into our house. Okay, so we actually we don't open the doors when the visitor comes. We are actually waiting for him, isn't it? So it's like the doors are always open and he just comes in. So when he is coming, we are not inside doing some other work. See, when some important person is coming to our house, you're all waiting in the living room. And when he comes, we all get up and say, oh, namaste, please come in. We were waiting for you. And all with all smiles, with all warmth. We try to make him feel that he's invited, he's welcome here. Okay, he did not come to the wrong house, he came to the right house. Okay, so we are the people whom he should be meeting and he should be spending some time with, depending upon some work or no work, just a casual meeting, anything be it. So the person is important. That's the first thing. Then our response and our reaction towards that coming of that person. Okay, so in this case of Bhagavan, it's not just any guest. He is not just any important person who is benefiting to us or who is dear to us with reason, without reason. He is beyond everything. Okay, so the next thing comes is it's very difficult to, it's very easy to say Avahana is the first upachara. We invite God, we make him feel comfortable. This is just a two-sentenced thing that I can tell about Avahanam. Avahanam is inviting God. Okay, so this is just a two-line statement which will complete this video and it is done. But is it so? No, it is not so. Okay, so the invitation itself, the feel itself is very, very important in this, that you do along with the physical act. We usually, how do we show that we are doing Avahanam is we offer akshata. Akshata is there. So we hold akshatas in our hand, the rice and turmeric powder mixed this thing. Okay, so we have that already prepared. Okay, so we hold some of that rice in our hands, dried rice. Okay, of course we don't cook it, it's uncooked rice. So we take it and hold our hands and just first complete our dhyana and say, oh Bhagavan, I am inviting you, please come. So saying that mantra, we offer at his feet on at the this table. Okay. So what is so special that distinguishes this process of Avahanam as an upachara? So there is a beautiful song, as I told you. These feelings and these puja related or worship related things that we usually listen, come to know, are through two kinds of sources. One is our inner self, our inward self, which tells us to do this next step as we grow, as we go ahead. The second step is from the great bhaktas, the great devotees that have come onto this earth from time to time to educate us, to show us the way. Okay, so one of the writers, he's called a Vaggeyakara. Vaggeyakara in Telugu. That means he writes the songs, he composes the music, and he can sing them. He can do 3 activities, and he is a devotee. Okay, so such a devoted person for Bhagavan Venkateshwara, that is a residing deity of Tirupati, who happens to be our family god, who happens to be our Kula Devata. Okay, so he Annamaya is his name, that devotee. His name is Annamaya. So he has written a song wherein he writes about these upacharas that starts that is in Telugu, of course. He is a Telugu singer and writer. So he writes that Shodasopachara song. Okay, Shodasa Kala Nidhiki Shodasopacharamule Jadatoda Nichalu Samarpayami. That is how he writes. He starts the song. The first line of the first stanza, where he says, Alaru Vishwatmukunaku Avahanamide. Okay, so he is telling about the Avahana to the Vishwatmaka, who is the whole pervading in the Vishwa, who is everywhere, and I am doing an avahana to him. Okay, so I am calling him who is all pervading. That is what Annamaya is expressing, and from which we have to learn what exactly is happening here. It's not just an upachara, but some very special process where the formless is coming into a form and we are inviting him. Okay. So he says, the God who is all pervading, who is everywhere. So how can I invite him? From where and to where should I invite? If some guest is coming to our house, he stays in some other city or some other colony or some other house, and he is coming to our house. But Bhagavan is everywhere, isn't it? So he's everywhere. He's like spread all over. So from where and to where will he be coming? So such a formless person who stays in our heart is being like, just we are doing it as an activity. We are trying to make him a human being, kind of. We are trying to make him a being. We are giving him a form and then asking that form to come inside our house. Okay, so this is how it goes. So there is a small story which I want to relate in this relation. There was a great devotee of Bhagavan Krishna, and she used to worship him as a small boy. So Krishna is liked by children and elders in the same ratio, in the same way they like him. So in his elder form and his child form, both are worshipped. For example, Rama also had a child form, but nobody worships Rama as a child. Rama is always holding a kodanda, very like a very Maryada Purushottama he's called. Praudha is like elderly and very mature, very understanding. So he's like that. But Krishna is very mischievous and all that. So this devotee, this Bhakturalu we call her. So she was greatly devoted to Krishna as a child. So Krishna was also very much liking her, and he used to visit her in his physical form. Okay, so he would play around when she was working in her household chores, and he would just make mischiefs and throw some water here there. She would be running around him. All that would be happening, everyday leelas with her. She was so involved and devoted. And then one day Krishna came to her and said, "Oh, I'm afraid somebody is coming from there. Okay, somebody is coming from outside. I'm afraid," he said. Then this lady, without realizing, says, "Okay, you are the Jagat Vyapaka. What fear do you have?" she said. Without realizing what she is exactly saying, she said, "You are everywhere. You are the one who is ruling this universe. Why are you afraid? What is the reason?" And then Krishna suddenly disappeared. Then he never came back to her. He never came back to her in his little kid form. She was like crying. What happened? Did I do any mistake? Is something wrong with me? What happened? Then she went to elders and asked for guidance. Then the elders, the gurus told her, "Oh, nothing wrong. You were worshipping Krishna as a child. Then you are attributing all the child qualities upon him, and he would visit you as a child. Now, suddenly you made him all pervading, and he went away to his place. Now he won't be available to you in the little kid form because you don't think him as a little kid anymore. You are thinking he is all pervading." So this bhavana, then she realizes, then she again says, "Please come back to me, oh my Krishna, oh my little Krishna. Okay, I'll protect you from your cause of fear. Whichever you are afraid of, I'll just protect you from that. Please come back to me," and all. Then things go that way. Okay. So this is how Bhagavan and Bhakta are related. We come to know about these things through the writings of great people. This story I had read in the book of Voice of God, Volume 1, Sri Kanchi Paramacharya Swami Chandrasekharananda Saraswati Swami. His speeches are there in that book. Okay, so I was reading it. Then it's a wonderful experience to read such about such devotees, about such stories of Bhagavan, of course, and they give us insight into these pujas, how to relate ourselves to God, and all these things. Okay, so this is how. So when we do Avahana, for some time we should forget that he is all pervading. We should forget it. I mean, just for this sake, this small little reason that we are calling him, and it's absolutely senseless. It's absolute. You do dhyana, that has a sense, but you are doing avahana, that doesn't have any sense. So we have to limit him to this form that we have created in our heart, and then do the avahana. Okay. First, we should accept that he is someone who is visiting my house, who is coming to us, to bless us, to be with us, to receive our pujas, that whatever we are going to give him in a human form, which is near to human form. I mean, his form is human, but he is not limited to this muscles and this blood and this bones. He is not blood and bones, but he has a human form. He has a physical form that is divine, a divinely physical form. Okay, some appearance, some shape that has a divine existence, that is basically divine, but it has a human shape and size. Okay, so that form is now entering into our house. Okay, so this happens through two things again, as I had related in the previous, before this one, before last one, previous before the last one. So I had told you that we do it through one mantra. Okay, so Purusha Sukta Vidhana. Purusha Sukta Vidhana is one way. Kalpokta Vidhana is the second way. And usually we combine both and say, if those who are initiated into Vedas, they are doing the puja, then they will read that Purusha Sukta mantra. And Purusha Sukta contains the 16 mantras. Okay, we should not call them verses or shlokas, they are mantras. Okay, so Purusha Sukta mantras are 16 and upacharas are 16. So as I told you, dhyana has set the ground, and with avahana, the upacharas are starting. That's why we read the first Sahasra Shirsha Purusha mantra for the avahanam, for inviting God into our house, into that photo, into that place, wherever you are inviting. Okay, so we are usually asked to invite into some coconut, some water, so there are certain things in which you can invite God. So during Satyanarayana Swami Puja, we invite into the kalasha, into the water, we invite him. Okay, so such every god has got, even Devi is invited into kalasha, so we put all kalasha and invite her. Sometimes we invite into photo, sometimes we invite into a form that is made out of, like Vinayaka, Ganesha, we invite him into a what you call soil prepared form. We prepare a soil prepared form and we invite him. So this invitation into what is a different thing. Okay, so that is specified in the shastras, that is specified through, then we will do it when we do the specifics. Okay, which god, which thing and all, what all kinds we can do, that we will discuss later. But this is the avahanam. Okay, the process of avahanam. Okay, so this happens with the mantra and with the bhavana combined together. Okay, yeah. So I think we can stop here, right? Okay, so we will meet with the next upachara in the next video. Namaste.